Today we're going to be talking about those unspoken fears that a few of us older women tend to grapple with. Fears like health issues or where we fit in the workplace. And you know what? When you're going through them, it can be isolating, but the truth is you are not alone. So if you want to know more about this, if you want to sink your teeth into this topic, if you want to explore and want to know more, then you know what to do. And that is, don't go anywhere. Now for the first one, we're going to start off hot. You love your grandchildren. Oh, you adore them. They are the apple of your eye. They're your entire world. But as much as you love them, you fear that you will become their permanent babysitter. Your children know how much you adore your grandchildren, and they count on the fact that you love their kids. And they think that they're doing you a favor by bringing your grandchildren over so that you can keep an eye on them, so that you can be with them. But the truth is, you've been there. You've done that. You've had your fill of changing dirty nappies. You've had your fill of cleaning dirty bottoms. You're done with running after toddlers. You've raised your kids. They're grown. And now it's your time. It's your time to live your best life. But you feel bad, and you probably feel a bit guilty too, and you don't really want to say anything because you don't want to stir up any bad feelings or make them think that you're not happy to see your grandchildren, because of course you are. You adore them. But you know what? Sometimes boundaries have to be set. So don't feel guilty if you're not always in the mood to babysit them. Just tell your family about your needs and your limits. You don't always have to be the people pleaser, not even with your family. So remember, it's okay every now and again to say no. Now this is one that if you know, you know. And that is that sometimes you are almost afraid to leave your house. And why is that? Because of the frequent amount of times you have to pee. If you know that you're going out for the day, you tell yourself, you know what? I'm not going to drink. And before you leave the house, you make sure that you use the bathroom. But no matter how many times you do that, halfway to where you're going, you're in the car, and the urge comes on so strong and you think you're going to have an accident. And it's annoying and it's frustrating. And the worst thing about it is there is absolutely nothing that you can do. So as soon as you reach where you're going, you don't say hello to anybody. All you can do, the only thing that you can muster up to do is to ask quickly, where's the bathroom? And make a beeline for it and go. It's crazy. And to think that for me personally, I used to be really fussy about using the bathroom. When we used to travel and do like long distances, I used to turn up my nose at using public bathrooms, and I could hold it in and wait to wherever I was going, even the whole day if necessary. Now, I don't have that luxury. It doesn't matter how clean or how dirty the bathroom is. If I have to go, I have to go. Because if not, I'm going to have an accident. And God forbid, if I laugh too much. And if I sneeze, it's game over. Don't look at me as if I'm crazy, because I'm sure I'm not the only one. You're there, something happens and you sneeze and you think, oh, damn, I have to go back to the bathroom. So yes, it's something that we really don't talk about, because how do you even broach that subject? But yes, the frequent peeing is irritating, is frustrating. You have to make sure that no matter where you go, you and the bathroom become best friends. So yes, that is definitely, as far as I'm concerned, one of those unspoken fears and annoyances, dare I say, that us older women, we have to face. Now I have to be careful how I broach this one. Now, a lot of us are older women. Just because we're older, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have a lot of experience. Some of us, maybe we've been married for a long time, or we've only had a few partners in our lifetime. Maybe now we're on our own because we've lost our partner, or we're divorced, or for whatever reason, and we find ourselves in a situation where it's been a long time since we've been intimate with someone. Now, for some people, that's okay. And they're not even looking to change anything about that, and that's fine. But there are a few of us ladies who, we wouldn't mind to get back in the saddle. But the truth is, we watch TV and we see the shows and the films where ladies nowadays seem to be just as aggressive sexually as the men. They're in a restaurant and they look around and some guy catches their eye, and then the next scene they're in the bathroom up against the wall doing whatever they want to do. And that's scary. And we think, is that what's happening now? Because a lot of us maybe haven't dated and haven't been with someone for such a long time. And the truth is, because we haven't been with someone for maybe a long time, we're really not quite sure if we can handle it anymore. We don't really know if we know what to do. We don't really know if we can get the best out of it. You know what I mean? And we don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want to be rejected. We don't want to feel at our age that we don't know what we're doing. We want to be trailblazers. We want to think, or at least fool ourselves, that we can give these younger ladies a run for their money. So oftentimes we're really not quite sure what to do. If you have met a gentleman, just take it slow, because the chances are he might be thinking the same thing too. I doubt it, but he might be. Don't feel forced into doing anything. Just get used to that person, get used to their body, get used to their touch. You hold hands, a caress, you know the deal, until you feel ready, until you feel secure enough to take it to the next level. I know you can do it. Go for it. Now, you're the kind of woman that likes to look good. I think we all do. But in your heyday, you were a bit of a clothes horse, always in fashion, always in style, always in the latest trends. And now that you're a little bit older and your body has changed a little bit, you're really not quite sure anymore what suits you, what fits you, or even what you should wear, because you don't want to seem as if you're trying too hard, and you definitely don't want to seem as if you're not trying at all. That's the worst. So you try different things, but you're really a little bit confused about what your style is now, and you're afraid to look like somebody's auntie. Even though you probably are. I'm somebody's auntie, and I love my nieces and my nephews. I'm proud to be their auntie, but I don't want to look like auntie. But you know what? Let me tell you this. Nothing looks better on a woman than confidence. So wear whatever you like, wear whatever you want, wear what makes you look good, wear whatever makes you feel good and makes you feel confident. So that when you're stepping out, you feel like $1,000,000 and you feel pretty and you feel cute and no one can tell you different. Now this one, quite frankly, I don't even want to talk about it because it hits a little bit too close to home. And that is the fear of aging. Now the truth is, if you're anything like me, you're not so much worried about aging because aging happens to us all and there is nothing that we can do about it. And even those that are young now and they may look down their nose at you, you know that it's coming and one day it will happen to them too. So that's okay. But my problem isn't the age in itself. It's the pain that comes with it. And when I say pain, I'm talking about every day something new pops up. There's the pain in the neck, the pain in the back, the pain in the knee, in the legs, sometimes in my hands. It's crazy. And it's like every day there's something new. And I wake up in the morning and I get out of bed and my feet feel as if they're made out of wood. They are so stiff and I'm walking to the bathroom as if I'm on stilts because my legs are so rigid and it takes about 20 minutes before they warm up. Gone are the days when I could just jump up out of a chair. It's a distant memory. The days when something fell on the floor and I could just bend down and pick it up. Now everything's creaking and rigid and painful. My joints, it's a mess. It really is. It's a mess. And I'm thinking, is this it? Is this it? Until I close my eyes, is this it? Do I have to go through this pain? Do I have to go through all this uncertainty? And it's not a lot of fun. And do I really have to go into the fact that sometimes I walk into a room to go and get something and my mind goes completely blank? I have absolutely no idea why I wanted to go in there. Do I have to talk about the fact that sometimes I will find things in the wrong place, like car keys in the freezer, and because my mind is just, do I have to go into the fact that sometimes I will get in my car and I'll be halfway to where I'm going to, and then that doubt comes into my mind. Did I lock the house door? And when that doubt sets in, I'm trying to play back the scene of me exiting the house. And I'm trying to think, did I lock the door? Didn't I lock the door? And it starts to drive me crazy. And the only thing that I can do is turn around and go and check. And it's always locked. Always locked. But I can never remember. It's crazy. So between the pain and the forgetfulness, and sometimes when I'm feeling the pain, you start thinking the worst. And for some reason, there are so many different illnesses out there. So many different terrible ones too. But for some reason, it's always the big C that comes to my mind. And when I start forgetting things, of course, there's the fear of dementia and Alzheimer's. And you start thinking about those things and the fear, am I going to be robbed one day of all my memories, all those beautiful memories that I've created for myself and for my family, my friends? Am I going to forget them all one day? You know, it's impossible not to think about those things. But the important thing is that we stay proactive when it comes to our health and get regular checkups. And hopefully that will help us, will relieve some of our concerns. Now, how can I not talk about financial insecurities as one of our fears? It is without a doubt still a worry. What if we should outlive our savings? What if some unexpected expense should pop up? What do we do? How do we manage? How are we going to cope? Will we be okay in our old age? We don't want to suffer. We don't want to worry about money problems when we're older. Well, one thing that we can do for sure is talk to a financial advisor who can create for us a solid plan for our future. If you're knowledgeable and if you're prepared, that can provide peace of mind. And who doesn't want that? So go speak to a financial advisor. How many times have we secretly wished that the kids would stop getting on our nerves, that they would stop making noise, that they would stop walking into your house at all hours of the night, would stop bringing in friends and people that you don't know and, to be quite honest, you don't like the look of? How many times have we wished that? Have we hoped that? Yet now, all the kids have left home. All the kids have their own family and are doing their own thing. And thank goodness they're doing okay. But now the house seems quiet. And you would do anything to be able to say, turn that music down. Or you wouldn't say anything at all. You'd probably just dance and bop along with it. The empty nest, that's not easy. It's really hard. And because you miss your kids like crazy. Of course you do. And you have memories. Everywhere you look, there's a certain memory of your child doing something somewhere. And those memories stay with you and it makes you miss them even more. Well, we wanted the peace and quiet, and they say, be careful what you ask for. But you know what? You did your job, and you did a good job. Your children are grown, they're happy, they're responsible people. At least I hope they are, right? They're responsible. They have their own family now, and they're doing well. So that means that you did a good job and you should be proud of yourself, not sad. But if you're feeling lonely, there are things that you can do. You know, you can find yourself a new hobby. You can entertain yourself doing other things. Find yourself some new interests. Do new activities like going to the gym or taking a night class. Whatever it is that you decide to do, embrace this new chapter in your life as an opportunity for personal growth. Now, another fear that I think that a lot of us older women hold on to, and that is the fear of becoming a burden for our loved ones. Whew. Honestly, the thought that my loved ones, my nearest and dearest, have to take care of me, have to clean me and wash me and things like that. It's something that I can't, quite honestly, I just can't get my head around. I wouldn't want that at all. And I know for a fact that my daughter wouldn't want that either. But yes, it is a fear. It is something that I worry about every now and again. But you know what? We don't know what life has in store for us, and it doesn't even make any sense to be worrying too much about something that we have absolutely no control over. But what we do have control over is our health right now. And that is to make sure that we're healthy, to make sure that we have regular checkups, that we know what's going on in our bodies, if we do have any aches and pains, and if we suspect that something's not quite right, to not wait until the last minute or to not go at all to the doctors, but to seek medical advice straight away. That we can control and that we can do. So if we can maintain our health for as long as possible, hopefully the situation of being a burden and having one of our loved ones take care of us may never happen. And if it does, then it's way, 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 way down the line. So let's not even worry about that. Let's forget about that. Gone. So after years of being a mother, a wife, a partner, a career person, now your status has changed. Your kids have gone. You're probably not working anymore. Maybe you're separated or divorced, or your partner's passed away. Or maybe even if your partner's still alive, no matter what, things are different. You're not who you used to be. Or you feel as if you're not who you used to be some time ago. So you're really not quite sure who you are anymore. The kids don't need you anymore. You're not working anymore. There's no need for you to get up to go to work. So you don't feel useful. So you're not quite sure where you fit in now in society. You're not quite sure what your identity is. And let's be honest, you're not really sure if you matter anymore, if you're important anymore. And some of us might even think that people don't really care about us anymore. But the truth is, you do matter. Of course you do. It's just a question now of rediscovering yourself again. And that can be intimidating. It can be. But my goodness, it can be exciting too. And you can discover so many things about yourself, things that you didn't know, things that you didn't think that you were even capable of. And you might discover that, you know what? Hey, you have a few more tricks up your sleeve yet. And people shouldn't give you for lost. People shouldn't give up on you. So don't give up on yourself. You matter. Of course you do. And you didn't just matter because you were a mother. You didn't just matter because you were a wife or a partner. You didn't just matter because you had a good job that you loved. You matter because you're you. And a phrase that I've come across recently, which I really love, and that is, there are so many people that are not going to recognize your worth. Don't be one of them. Now, when it comes to the workplace, you have the skills, you have the knowledge, but sometimes you feel overlooked by younger colleagues, and it hurts because you've been there for a long time and you've given up so much for your job and you've given so much of yourself, and now you feel as if you're pushed aside and forgotten. All that energy that you had put into your job, and you would have expected a little bit more gratitude and a little bit more respect. Now you fear you're being undervalued and even replaced. And of course, it's a constant worry. But don't just give up on yourself. Don't just roll over and accept whatever the wind blows your way. Stand up for yourself. Advocate for yourself. Show them how much you're worth. Let them see that you are a valuable asset. Let them realize that without you would not be an advisable solution. Remind them, let them see how much you've contributed and how much more you have to offer. Don't give up. So your kids are adults now, with their own lives, with their own families. And just when you're about to relax because you've done your job, you've done what you've had to do, you've raised them, and you've sent them out into the world to fly on their own and to spread their wings. But unfortunately, somehow they always seem to make their way back home with new set of problems and new set of issues. For some reason, your kids, they just cannot get it together. And you're worried and you fear for them because you're not always going to be around to bail them out and to help them out, and they need to be able to solve their problems on their own, especially the financial ones. You can't always be giving them money to pay their rent and to pay the car and to pay this and to pay that. You're not a millionaire. You're not made of money. And of course you want to help them as much as you can. And you will do as much as you can. And you will even go without sometimes to help them. But that really is not a solution. They need to know how to resolve their problems on their own. And let's be honest, they need to get it together. If you keep bailing them out every time they have a problem, how are they going to learn? Balancing support with your adult children, I know it can be tricky. Offer help and advice without taking over. Encourage them to find their own solutions. And even if it might hurt you like crazy, sometimes you just might have to say, no, sorry, today I can't help you. Now this last one is one that I know that a lot of people don't want to face, and that is the thought of losing a partner. It's an unbearable thought, but it's something that I think a lot of us, we go through, we think about it, it's on our mind, and it's no use pretending that it's not. You try not to think about it, but every now and again it pops up into your head. And if your partner is not well, even if they have like a little cough, you start thinking, I hope it's nothing serious, because we're getting older. And this is the time when unfortunately ailments and illnesses can happen. And the thought of facing the future alone can be painful. It's overwhelmingly painful. And nobody wants to think about that. But it's important though that we build a strong support system of friends and loved ones, people that surround us, that if anything should happen, that we're not totally alone. And for some people, it really is a fear that keeps them up at night. And if that is something that you are going through, if that is something that you're worried about, then if you can and if you have the means and the possibility to, I would suggest strongly that you seek out a therapist and they can help guide you through these feelings. So what do you think? Do any of these resonate with you? 1, 2, all of them, none of them? They definitely resonate with me. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Until we meet again, be kind to yourself and to others. And if you want to see more of my videos, then hey, how about checking out this one? Ciao.